In today's video, I'll show you how to play Annie mid and how to carry your games with her. At level 1, start with Q. When the first minion wave arrives in the mid lane, auto-attack one minion one time so you can kill all the melee minions more easily later. If you find it difficult to hit the minions, stay close to them so that the auto-attack can travel faster to the minions. You can also use Q to hit the enemy minions, because her Q restores mana when you kill a minion. In the early levels, if your minion wave is near the enemy tower, ward raptors to see if the enemy jungler is nearby. Whenever you have mana flow banned, try to poke your opponent with Q, but first wait for your opponent to use an ability on your minions so they can't trade back. Against melee champions, try to stay behind your minions and auto-attack your opponent whenever you can, to avoid getting aggro from the enemy minions. Once you reach level 3, you can do two things. If you have mana, you can slow push the minion wave and continue poking your opponent, or if you don't have mana, push the minion wave towards the enemy tower and recall. The level 3 combo for trading is E, Q, W, auto attack, but make sure you have 3 passive stacks before you start trading. Always look for opportunities to trade with your opponent when he last hits minions, especially cannon minions, because everyone is focused on killing them. One trick you can use against ranged champions is to wait for them to get close to last hit your minion and then use E for the movement speed bonus to close the distance so you can poke them with Q. Also, when your opponent is under his tower, you can poke him for free because he will be focused to kill your minions. When I am at the base, I also like to buy one control ward. When my minion wave is near the enemy tower, I put the ward in this bush to prevent enemy ganks. If you reach level 6 first, you can try to jump on your opponent because you have a big advantage with your ultimate. If he still manages to survive, it's okay, because you have to recall and so he will lose farm and experience. The level 6 all-in combo is E, R, Q, W, auto attack, but make sure you have 3 passive stacks before you engage. If your opponent is also level 6, make sure his health is below 80% before jumping to be sure that you will kill him. After killing your opponent, always push out the minion wave to prevent him from farming and gaining experience. When the enemy minion wave is near your tower, ward mid lane like this, so you can keep track of your opponent and decide what to do. If you want to kill him, last hit the minions to slow push the wave, and if he comes to last hit a minion, then try to kill him. When your opponent is ganking your teammates and the fight is not nearby, don't go to help, because you won't be there in time. So you can punish him by pushing out the minion wave to deny him farm and experience. Also, you can get some tower plates for free, but when you attack the enemy tower, always stack your passive in case the enemy jungler comes to defend it, so you can escape more easily. When you have your ultimate available, you can go to the other lanes to help your teammates. But before you go, push the minion wave to the enemy tower so you don't lose too much gold while you're gone. When your team is doing objectives like Dragon or Baron, you don't necessarily have to be there to help. Instead, you can go and poke the enemy team to buy time for your team to finish the objective. When there are no objectives like Dragon or Baron, try to farm or to find fights in which you have an advantage over the number of players. You can also try to make traps by hiding in the bushes, but first use a control ward or oracle lens to make sure there are no enemy wards and no one sees you. In teamfights, stay in the backline of your team and try to deal as much damage as possible to the closest enemies. And when your enemies group up, try to hit and stun as many enemies as possible with your ultimate. If you want more tips and tricks for Annie, you can watch this video.